Today, we're gonna see how fast you can boil some water. Well, hey folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. I'm your host, Aaron, and we are looking at the Jetboil Flash with Java kit today. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, backpacking stoves are kind of my thing. I like them, I use them a lot. Particularly the MSR Pocket Rocket 2.0. This little guy is so compact, so lightweight, it's only gonna cost you about $45, and it's been my go-to compact backpacking stove for quite a while. But I've always heard really good things about Jetboil, how fast they are, the all-inclusive system, and I love coffee. So when I saw that they also have a little Java kit with this setup, I said, you know what? Let's pick it up, let's test it out, and let's see what it has to offer, and does it outperform the Pocket Rocket 2.0, or is this kind of a niche setup and niche design? That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna put these head to head, break them down, and see which one would be better for you when you're out in the outdoors and you want a quick way to boil water and to cook good, delicious food with when you're out in the trail. Okay, so let's go ahead and break this little system down, give you the weight, give you the dimensions, and show you everything that's inside here before we get to actual testing of how fast they are and test it up against the MSR Pocket Rocket 2.0 here in just a little bit. So dimensionally, you're looking for a diameter of 4¼ inches, and you're looking at a height of 7 inches. So that's kind of the footprint that you'll be looking at. And with everything that I'm about to show you in here, that includes the Java kit, you're looking at 22.5, 23 ounces total carry weight, including the French press system and the smallest 100-gram fuel pod that they offer. And so we've got our lid here, and this lid is going to give you not only a normal pour spout, it's also going to give you a drainage port and a hole right here for the French press rod that we'll look at here in just a moment. It is a polymer, you can kind of see through it, and it's somewhat flexible. Next up is the French press compression portion right here, and then a rod that collapses into two. So again, completely stores in there, that it then attaches to the French press plunge, and then goes through the lid, or go through the lid, and then you screw it on. So it all attaches, all screws together. Then we have our element right here. And then down in the bottom, as I said before, the smallest, basically 100-gram or 3.53 ounce fuel pod will fit inside there without any issue. And then it does have the little stand as well that fits in the bottom that holds it off the ground, gives it a little bit more stability for the fuel pod and for the system. The cooking pot itself, and a 1-cup polymer cup that not only protects the element in the ring, but also acts as your drinking cup. And if you were to either ditch the Java plunge in the French press plunge, or go with the kit that doesn't offer this, you're gonna drop about 0.8 ounces. So next to nothing. This weighs almost nothing at all. And that's gonna be the entire kit. And that's the first thing that I want to jump to, is talking about the Java system. Now, one of my favorite things to do, it's like therapeutic for me, is on a hike to take a break, either when we get to the top of a location or where we're camping and hanging out for the day, gear testing for the day, to make a cup of coffee. And so when I saw this system, I said, oh man, this could be the perfect way in about 2 minutes or less to make myself a great cup of coffee, enough for myself to really enjoy or to share with a friend. Either way, I was like, man, with this little French press system, this has got to be awesome. And so I'll show you how it works first off, and I'll talk about how it actually performs. So what you do is you just screw these two little arms together here. Then you're going to run the rod through the lid, just like that. And then you screw it into the plunge. All well built, zero complaints with the build quality and the niceness of being a lightweight system there. Then what you do is you pour in your water, you'd set it, you'd boil it, and then when it comes to a boil, you pour your ground straight into the container, use your plunge, just let it sit for the desired amount of time. Usually I'll let it sit for about 4 minutes, and then you depress the plunge, and you're ready to go. It's literally that simple. Pour it straight out of the mouth, and it basically is designed in concept to work just like any French press that you'd have at home. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm disappointed with the Java kit. It doesn't work to my satisfaction. The first cup works great. The plunge will keep the grounds down for your first cup without any grit and grounds getting into that first cup of coffee. But by the second cup, grounds are pouring and spewing out of the pour spout into your cup, and there's literally a film of about a quarter inch of sludge at the bottom of your second cup of coffee. This plunge right here that we're looking at just doesn't have the capability to really hold tight against the walls of the pot, and so grounds and just grit gets through there without any sort of difficulty, making the second cup of coffee basically unenjoyable. I don't like it at all, and I would much rather do a portable pour over system or some other kit. It just doesn't quite do it for me. It's really only good for 1 cup of coffee, not 2 cups of coffee, because the plunge does not sit snugly and commit and create enough of a seal around the rim to keep the grounds compressed and not from getting into your cup of coffee. So downer for me. If you were to ask me, should I spend the extra money on the Java kit? No, I would not. I do not use it after having tested it multiple times, try and do it different ways. I have way more ways to make coffee that are way easier with way less grounds when I'm out on the trail than this system. So that's a downer, and I wouldn't get the Java kit setup. And so next up, we'll actually look here at the container itself. Now, this is their 1 liter Flux Ring Cook Cup with insulated cozy. So the Flux Ring is that heated ring system that enables you to seat it into the element and then cook at such a high rate and boil water at such a high rate of speed. And then it does have an insulated cozy with a really nice grab handle, which makes it very easy for you to pour, to maneuver around a campsite, that type of thing, without it, getting knocked over or this extra arm sticking out. That makes it more difficult to maneuver around in a campsite. So I like that. There's no issue with it. The cozy works well. And then they have their indicator to let you know as the water gets hotter to the point of boiling, the flame grows all the way to the peak, knowing that the water is boiling. I mean, obviously you can look at it and the water, the guy is shaking and it's going up, but it's cool just to see it going up, and it's just an extra indicator to let you know if you're across a campsite real quickly. You can just look over, it's almost at the top, it's about to boil, I need to get over there and take care of the situation. So that's a really cool little innovative feature. Is it necessary? No, but it sure is cool. Now, I will double check. I believe it's aluminum that the actual body of the cup is designed with, and all the material. I will double check that and annotate it in if I am incorrect in that. But has a lot going for it, and it has a little 2 cup marker in the middle of the cup, so that you know where to pour your liquid to and then get ready to cook, which is really nice that it has that indicator. So we'll take a look here at the burner. Now, the burner is designed in such a way that it will seat with their ring that they have, and they just fit in just like so, and you snap it into place so that it's solid and doesn't have anywhere to wobble right or left. This is stainless steel down here where you attach it to your fuel source with an adjustable arm, so you can adjust how high or how low you want it going. And then it has its quick activation igniter switch. That's a nice little feature to have, so you're not hunting around for your lighter when you're ready to start cooking like you would have to with the Pocket Rocket from MSR or most other canister-based fuel systems like this and elements. The fact that it has quick push button is awesome. I would always have a backup lighter with you if you are going to purchase this, just in case that thing malfunctions, so that you have a backup way to light that heat source. All right, so now for the moment of truth. Let's talk about actual performance. This is all pitched as an integrated system that on average for this setup, about 100 seconds, you should be able to boil 16 ounces or 2 cups of water. Okay, so I always like to do these speed tests, and I've used these at all different altitudes and all over the place, hiking in the Rocky Mountains, testing this system out. But for actual data point testing, try and keep it, as consistent as I can. I like to do it in my backyard for speed tests and how long it takes to boil water, and that is at a mile high. About 5,280 feet is where I test out my cook systems to just keep it all consistent, so I can give you that data point. And so on average, what I've found is about 2 minutes. So about 120 seconds, but is very impressive for 2 cups of water. On average, that's about what I have found this being able to do in all sorts of different conditions. From today when I'm filming, it's about 35 out. I've did a couple in 20-degree weather. I did a couple in about 60-degree weather. So I've tested it out, and on average, I get about 2 minutes to boil the 2 cups of water, which is extremely impressive. And so I tested it and put it up against that Pocket Rocket 2.0. I've been using the original Pocket Rocket for years, my dad even before that, and then this year picking up the 2.0, which is even more compact and has the same concept in mind of being, you know, a fuel-based element, and used my average Stanley, you know, cup that I use. It's very similar to this Jetboil, and began with the 2 cups of water, and it took about 3 minutes and 50 seconds to get that to a roaring boil or rolling boil as well. Meaning that the Jetboil, when you're boiling 2 cups of water, which is on average what a lot of dry food, you know, cooking meals will require, is about 2 cups of water. A lot of coffee, you know, if you want 16 ounces, that's a good amount. All of that, meaning that this guy is going to be able to shave about 2 minutes off of your 2-cup water boil times. All right, let's take a brief time out here to discuss price point, and we are going to have links in the description below over to Amazon as well as backcountry.com. Both will have the Jetboil as well as the MSR Pocket Rocket, that you can get these for about the prices that we're going to discuss. Now, this setup is going to run you about $80 to $100, depends on where you pick it up from and whether or not you get the Java kit. The Java kit is about $10 more, so if you pass on that, which I would recommend, then it's going to be about $80 for this entire system. Now, the Pocket Rocket is going to run you about $45 on average, so almost half as expensive. But to get everything that we are looking at with the Flash from Jetboil, you are going to have to buy some sort of pot or cup system with a polymer cup to match what you're getting with that setup. So this is a Stanley that I've been using for quite a while. It comes with 2 polymer cups inside. If you remove one, you can actually fit your little Pocket Rocket 2.0 in there. You can fit the pod and the lid and do it all together. That's what we're using in our speed testing here that you're looking at today, and that you'll be seeing if we haven't posted up, I don't know what, you know, area, when I'll be posting it in the video compared to this point. But this guy's about $15. So, you know, you're looking at maybe $60 to be able to do what the Jetboil can do with the entire setup. You know, you could go a little bit more expensive than Stanley if you want to go a little lighter. You know, you go with a little bit different features if you want. So it's going to cost you maybe $15 to $20 more than you would if you bought a Pocket Rocket with just any type of pot system. So again, we really appreciate when you guys use those Backcountry and Amazon links that you can pick these up, regardless of which item you are interested in. And I'll have several pot options and different accessories that both designs offer. But I also want to remind you about our Knockaround Sunglass affiliate, a simple way to help support the channel, and you can get some rockin' sunglasses for the entire family, as well as our Blade HQ hyperlinks. If you're looking for pocket knives, fixed blades, multi-tools, flashlights, it's a great website as well. It's free for you and helps fuel the channel, helps me buy gear like this so we can make content like this to continue to make videos for you guys. So one other thing I wanted to mention as a data point for those of you weighing every ounce, considering price to performance, all of that, is this setup that I'm doing with the Pocket Rocket with the Stanley pot with 1 polymer cup, because it comes with 2, I removed 1. It will absolutely, with the lid, fit the exact same size pod that we're rocking in the Jetboil. You can't put it in its polymer case, but you can just drop this guy in here, and then again, that polymer cup. It's going to weigh the exact same weight at about 22 ounces as the Jetboil with all of the setup that we're looking at as well, Flash. So things to consider there. The systems are very similar in weight, and for ultralight backpackers and those counting every ounce, that is a data point I wanted to make sure and hit with you. So one other aspect that I wanted to touch on as well is that the element is designed to work in function with Jetboil's system, you know, and that's what makes it burn fast and boil water faster than the Pocket Rocket. When it seats into place, you know, that proprietary locking mechanism there. Now, if you were just to put any pot or pan on top of this element, it's too close. I believe it would snuff itself out. It doesn't work properly. You have to buy a little adapter ring to raise your non-Jetboil pots and pans off the element enough. You can still use that. It's about $10. It will fit inside the Flash from everything that I've read. So we will be testing out that little adapter piece and that concept in a different video, but I just want to let you know that it is designed to be kind of proprietary, but they do have an adapter piece, so you can use any brand that you wish that's not just a Jetboil on this element, but you have to use that adapter piece. Well, folks, moment of truth here. Final thoughts on the setup, on the system. Now, this Jetboil is basically doing everything that it says it will do. It's gonna cut down on boil times. It works and integrates all together. The little flame system, all of it. The only downer is, again, that Java press. Doesn't really work for me. And it's a very compact kind of do everything system for you that is going to be somewhat pricey. It is going to cost you about $80 to get the functionality and the capability of speed out of this system. But if we're sitting around the fire, chewing the fat, talking about gear, it's you and me, we're kicking it, and you were to say, dude, I need a cook system. I've been looking at the Jetboil Flash. I've been looking at a Pocket Rocket and just doing, you know, a cook setup that way. Which one would I recommend to you? In my opinion is I would still stick with the Pocket Rocket 2.0. It's just more compact. It's going to save you a little bit of money. It's going to weigh about the same. Sure, it's going to not be quite as fast in boiling water as the Jetboil, but there's just something about its consistency and not needing extra adapters and extra little things to work with that connects with me. It's a little bit more versatile, in my opinion, than the Jetboil Flash. Now, the Jetboil Flash is great for that real idea of just boiling water. That's all you need, and it's 2 cups on average, and you just need to knock it out as fast, quick, and easy. Unpack it, pack it up, and it's very simple and all proprietary, then that's awesome, and it's absolutely going to do those things for you. But this has a more functional, more multi-purpose role without having to spend more money and get different adapters, and I can decide on what size of item I need as well. Do I just need, you know, a metal cup that day, and that's all I'm using, so then I can cut down on weight and size? Do I need to upgrade and I need, you know, a 2 or maybe a 4-cup, you know, boiling system because we're going to have a big crew with us and we got lots of water we got to boil that day? This one is just a little more versatile for me and going to save me a few dollars as well. So that's my opinion. That's my thoughts. The Jetboil Flash is a great system, but I think it's kind of more of a niche item, only for boiling about 2 cups of water in a very quick, short period of time. So hopefully this video has helped you out, showing you pros and cons, showing you what each item can do and which one will be best suited for your needs and your desire when you're out there in the backcountry and need to cook food or boil your water. So thank you guys so much for coming over here today, checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Any questions that you have, I'll answer in the comments below. Don't forget about checking us out on Instagram and Facebook and all the social media, doing stuff there all the time. And finally, folks, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.